Yeah, it's gonna give it content hit. Cool. Yes. Mm. Sure. You know, let's test this out. All right. So that works.
Good evening.
Hey, what's up? Gonna ask you this right away before anything serious happens. Um, are you chill with the idea of having your voice recorded for Twitch?
Yes, sure, no problem.
Okay, because what I'm gonna do is I'll stream the games just so in case anybody actually wants to watch and see how things go and how it's played. And yeah, like at worst we'll build a repertoire and go through as many scenarios as we can in video form.
Sure, no problem.
Cool.
I think we had to replace the LMG counters that I was using, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So the only difference is that they should be the Russian ones, and they're 2-6. So the only difference is they
2.6.
have range
I see.
or less range. It's just weird because the I don't actually have that counter in the setup. Like you have to actually just grab it from the Russian group. Oh yeah, I guess that one works too. There's no difference. Oh, no, actually they're the same. Never mind.
Is it? I don't know. What's the
Okay,
J in parentheses? I
so
assume that.
Japanese for capture Japanese, but they're functionally the same. Looking at them, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the right, portage points and 2.6, and
Yeah,
it's the one block.
but that bipod's in a different location. So yeah, you can change it however. And I'm not gonna look, so just change it on whatever other squad you have, because I'll probably notice if a squad drops down in size or whatever. So I'm not even gonna pay attention.
All right, I'll wait for a second.
But yeah, so what I think it is that those counters come with the physical package of the particular pack, and I only have the scenarios and the rules. I never got the counters. Oh, did I have that backwards? Damn.
All right, I'm good.
Perfect. I think that was all that was up. There was a pin counter on this guy, so I took that off. Just FYI, because it was the end of the turn anyways. And I don't have anybody that can gain concealment, or actually, yeah, you don't have anybody who would have gained concealment, so that's fine in that end.
Yep, no, everybody's still out in the open.
Perfect. So 9 o'clock. Let's get this rolling. For anybody who will jump in the video, this is turn 2 for the Mongolians. Le Franc-Tireur 116 meet the Madsens. So let's get this going. Roll 6. That's no weather change, so good on that. Rally phase, I got nothing. Anything on your side?
I don't think so.
Okay. Alright, so.
Yeah, nothing. Everything that would have been done, you killed.
Okay. Prep fire phase. Do I want to shoot at anything? See, now I gotta actually be careful about what I say, because before I could just voice my opinions and you'd never know.
Well, put it on push to talk, then I won't know.
Nah, that's too complicated. No, I'm gonna go straight to movement phase. So first things first, I'm gonna have this stack in 44 F8. They're gonna assault move back into G9. There's no LOS as far as I can tell, so they're just gonna they remain concealed anyways because it's concealment terrain. But there's no effectively no change there.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that could maybe would be E6.
No, just because the woods in
F7. Okay, yeah.
F7's gonna make the same type of move, so assault move up 1 into F8. And if there's no objections, I will have G7 move into F7. Same thing, assault move.
So can concealment be removed there? Because I do have line of sight to that, I'm pretty sure.
So it doesn't if you're assault moving into concealment terrain.
Concealment terrain, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
Alright, so that's the easy moves done. The next thing I want to do is gonna suck. I don't know if. Alright, well, these guys are gonna try because I have to do something with them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So they are gonna run normal movement up 1 to 09 for 1 movement factor.
So let's see. My light machine gun can fire at them, but I think I'm shooting through the woods. Technically, I don't know.
If you want to shoot, then you can declare the attack and we can check line of sight. But until then, it's kind of just a maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of. The more you play ASL, the more.
No, I won't stop this X.
I'm sorry, what?
I won't stop them this X.
Okay. They will continue up
And I will
one
stop them
more.
there. Let's get a shot on at extreme range there.
Okay. So that, depending on who's shooting it, it'll definitely be -1 for open ground, -1 for non-assault movement.
Probably I am having a senior moment here.
No, that's just the rust. We'll get there eventually.
Range 6, red, which is...
So range 6, so if you're just shooting with this stack, or is it a fire group, or how do you want to...
Yeah, I just have the one weapon that can fire at them, unless I want to
long
press.
range or whatever. Okay, so if you're just shooting with the LMG, so that's a 2 firepower shot. The range being 6 doesn't change it. It just means it's at the edge. And when you look at the LOS, it doesn't cross anything. Like, it doesn't go into the woods hex, so you don't have to worry about that. It doesn't go into any brush or anything, so it's just a straight 2 down 2 shot.
All right.
So it's 6 down 2 to 4 on 2, and 1 morale check. Nice. So, artisans, morale check, they break. My ALR is 3, that's 7. Yeah, they're fine, but just barely. Second breaks. Let's put this down. So there's one residual there. Not that it really matters, but just kind of a good habit. I used to always forget residual. It's like so annoying when you don't remember it. Do I have any other moves? What do I want to move? I'm gonna move my phone to the other side. And I will move, this guy is going to assault move to M9.
Okay, I am going to... Ooh, I can't fire at him, can I? Because you assault moved, right?
No, you can still, anybody that moves, you can shoot at him. The only limitations to firing, really in a basic sense, are that you can't shoot at a target more than they have moved, in the sense that so let's say that if my squad went from 09 to 010 and survived the shot, you can't then take an immediate second shot on him because he only spent 1 movement factor to get into that hex.
Gotcha.
Now, if it was, say, the reverse, going 09 into 08, because going into a forest, I mean, for normal units, costs 2 movement factors, you could take 2 subsequent shots. You have the obvious effects of shooting multiple times, so you lose firepower eventually, but the point remains that it's based on movement factors spent rather than anything else.
Okay, then yeah, stop him. I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. Oh, also, before I forget, that guy.
Yeah, I was actually just about to do that. I was looking to see what it was. Okay, yeah, this stack is going to fire group at him.
Which group? I didn't see the circle, sorry.
L5.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That's 4. Looks like it's clear. You're in brush.
Yep. Which is just a hindrance, I believe, for I don't think there's any changes in the special rules, so I think it's just it should just be a flat 8 firepower shot. Let's double check my brush here afterwards.
So it's 8 with no mods, or is there a mod?
No mods. Brush is just
5, so that is 2 MC.
Perfect. They're fake.
Hey.
So they disappear. And lastly, I will do this. My guy on the ground floor is going to assault move up onto the first floor.
Okay, question. The first fire, does that affect everything under it, or do I need to put 1 for each unit? What's your preference?
No, just on the stack. So it's kind of, it's like units carrying weapons. It's like whatever is on above a first fire counter is assumed to still be okay. Anything underneath the counter is assumed to be um, uh, affected by it. So, like the support weapon, it's on top of the unit that carries it. The first fire, it's on top of the unit that it applies to.
No worries. Just wanted to make sure I didn't need a second one.
Yeah. And that's it for my moves. We can take off the residual. And yeah, so defensive fire.
Give me a second to think about this.
Yeah, no rush. I'm just looking at a bunch of stuff because I need to start modifying my channel here. Wait, can I not?
Okay, C5 will fire at B7.
Okay. Now the question is the leader directing it or not? I actually don't think, if I remember correctly, you don't for a fire attack or infantry fire attack, he doesn't actually have to apply his +1. I have to double check, or just roll and whatever because it's not the.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters all that much. Both units are firing.
Okay.
So that's 6. That's brush, so again, no problem. They're at range, so I think it's just a flat roll, yeah?
Yeah, just a 6. Mandatory leadership. Oh, nice. That is, that's, sadly, it is not my sniper. They are also fakes. Yeah, mandatory leadership. A player cannot decline use of a non-zero, whether positive or negative leadership modifier in the same location or moving stack when performing a morale check, task check, rally attempt, or ambush, concealment, search casualties, or integrity check. But it doesn't say anything about fire, like attacking, which I think is always kind of funny. I had it like in my head for a solid like 2 years that you always applied the +1, even on bad leaders. So I'd always just like have them sequestered in a corner.
Yeah, no, well, it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of recon by fire in this one.
I mean, you've got the units for it, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So how does that hex edge work between excuse me, I'm reading upside down. So E6 to F7? I think that's it.
I mean, you can always if you hold the are you on a Mac or PC? Because if you're on a PC, if you do Control and click, it'll just point out to wherever. In if you mean do I have a thicker one? No, damn. Okay, I'm just gonna put a counter on it. If we're talking about this hex side,
Yeah.
so how it works is that because the orchards are olive groves, and technically it applies anyways to orchards, but let me see if I can pull this up here.
That's what it's one level for the orchards, right? Essentially.
Yes. So an orchard is a hindrance. and counts as blocking line of sight to level 1. So you can't look down through it, you can't look up through it. The other thing too is that olive groves, like an orchard, um, it doesn't matter where the the line of sight pulls through on the hex. It always applies whatever its effect is.
Okay. Then I believe I'm finished.
Okay, so that's it for defensive fire. Advancing fire, I don't really have any shots I care to make, so I'm not going to bother. Route phase. Now, the interesting thing about route phase and how to route, because routing is also a complicated thing. So, as a small advisory for anybody who's watching, routing is actually the shortest location, the shortest applicable location in terms of movement factors. So, I technically have to go to this woods with my broken guy. So because it's the closest movement factors. If there's like equal, you can go. You can pick whichever you want. And if there's some other changes, there's some other like little nitpick stuff about it. But a lot of people get confused, or a lot. I shouldn't say a lot of people, but when you're starting, the general idea or thought is to go to the nearest one and not nearest one in movement factors. So like, case in point, let's say you broke in L1, you would actually have to route to K1. In my instance, because woods count as one movement factor to get into, um, and under normal conditions, it'd be any of these 4 hexes. But yeah, anyways, that's my one route. There's nothing else, so let's take off the defensive fire stuff and advance phase. And I think I'm just gonna do G9 is gonna go to G10, and F8 is gonna go into G9, and that's it for advances. There's no close quarters, and that's my turn. Turn 3.
All right. Starting off with the weather.
7, still no change.
Still no change. Okay.
Yeah, weather's not gonna really. Weather rarely plays a factor, but when it does, like when it does actually come into play, it changes a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No. I don't doubt. When do the snipers start activating? When things are unconcealed?
No, so snipers can activate whenever, provided the role that would activate it occurs in a valid phase. So, for instance, in a rally phase, snipers don't work, but in when you shot your snake eyes against my guy in B7, um, the 2 was enough for what would have been your sniper, but you can't call your own sniper on your own shots. It's only your opponent. It's supposed to be an equalizing factor. Like if your opponent rolls really well, then your sniper capitalizes on that. It kind of like balances out.
So should your sniper have activated on my roll?
No, because my sniper is only activated on a 3. So
okay.
so if you
Less.
basically if you roll 3s, then my sniper activates, and if I roll 2s, your sniper activates. And it's not a 2 or less. It's literally just you have to actually hit the sniper number. Um, and then once you like, hopefully we'll get a sniper activation because those are fun. But when you activate sniper, then you have to roll to see if it actually like what the effect is, because snipers can miss their shots, so to speak. So
Yep. Okay. End of rally phase then. For me, anyway.
yeah, my guy can't self rally, so the DM comes off. Also, take the moves off.
So prep fire.
Sounds good. Prep fire. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, back it up.
There we go.
Thanks.
Yeah, the turn tracker you can't, or the phase tracker you can't actually go backwards, so you always have to undo. It's a weird limitation.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I actually have any prep fire. Well, maybe. Hold on. Sorry, looking something up. One sec.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. It's always like good times to recheck rules and do whatever, anyways. So. I could have sworn there was something that said that. Excuse me. That's what it was.
Right, no prep fire.
Okay.
Sorry, both stacks will assault. Both units will assault move into the olive grove.
That is bold. Especially since I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Cowers, which isn't great. 8. There's a +1 for the olive grove. So that's a 9 on 4, which is a miss. So they're first fired.
Okay. Now, if I'm understanding correctly, assault move is essentially only one hex, so I can't move normally and then assault move for the last hex, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's
yeah,
either
as normal move into that those woods.
Okay. They're gonna drop concealment because of this guy, the guy that just shot. Okay.
Elevation change is 1+1 to the movement.
So it technically doubles the cost of going to whatever the upper level hex is.
Double cost. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, they drop concealment from that guy. Perfect. Okay.
I have a dumb question. I don't care to look it up at the moment. Stacking is after every movement point, or excuse me, every movement action, or at the end of actions only.
What do you mean?
Like if I move a unit through another stack,
Yeah.
does the stacking limit apply during the movement or only at the end of the movement?
So when it comes to stacking limits, it's always as you're playing. It doesn't. It's not a at the end of a phase or whatever. It's always.
Okay, no. So I'm basically it's one hex at a time is what I'm asking. So it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like
yeah. So the one consideration is you can split a stack, and I think if I remember correctly, the rule is that um, while you're moving, you can technically have one guy stop, have that the rest of the guys go to wherever you're planning on going, and then you have to immediately like the next move has to immediately go to the guy you left, and if he does anything, you have to do something with him immediately. So if you ever split a stack, that's how it works.
I don't think it's actually gonna. I just looked again. I don't think it's actually gonna affect, but I was curious.
Yep, no worries. Yep.
I keep not grabbing the stack. I'm sorry.
That happens.
think you probably have line of sight at some point up in here, but
Uh, no, because it's sunken. There's a lot of like the line of sight has to. I think you can only technically see, um,
I thought it was
like
ground level.
yes, but because the all of these hexes are a level above, like if I had somebody in say J8, they can't see into wherever this hex is, because even though they're higher, they still have a lot of hexes that are basically in the way. Like
Yeah, no, no. Okay, they're in the shadow or
yeah,
whatever the ASL term is. Sure, no, okay. So that means the railroad cut is actually a level down.
yeah, yeah, because it's so the railroad itself is ground level, but the hexes adjacent to it are all level one, or at least the brown ones. From how I understand it, unless I'm the only way I'm going to be looking to the railroad is either if I'm somewhere down the line, because obviously, or if I'm like adjacent to whatever hex I want to look into. Because anything else will just be the line of sight. It doesn't work for it.
So here's another question then. Is
Okay.
going down a slope the same as a hillside going up?
No, because it's easier to go down. It you don't have the doubling effect, so it's generally it's just cost of terrain to get in. So if a railroad is one to get in, it's just the one. There might be something to do with because there's crest lines, but I don't really care to look into it right now because whatever. Huh? Yeah, it is crest lines, but whatever. It's not. I don't really care to play it right now. We can do it for the next scenario.
Crusts?
Yeah, just because. So the idea is that because there's a crest line, right? Because of the depression. So technically, crest should be in play. If you want to play with them, sure, but I don't even really think because they don't. The only way that they would apply is on this one section of railroad, and I don't really think it's gonna change all that much. If anything, we'll worry about it when we get there.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm fine with ignoring it for this scenario, and we'll pick it up in the next scenario.
Yeah, yeah, especially because the next scenario is essentially the same map. So if it comes up there, we can worry about it.
I'm giving something away here, but I have to announce this. I think. Um, so that is leader bonus movement.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna go with a free LOS check here. Perfect. So they lose concealment because of my guy in C1. The same old from before. Right. So conscripts here.
I'm assault moving from P7 to 08.
Okay.
I am regular moving.
Okay.
Regular moving these guys. I think
Okay.
they're probably exposed at some point in here.
I forget if the broken unit can take away concealment. I don't think it can.
Going to assault move from M5 to L5.
Okay.
Do support weapons count for stacking?
No. No, it's only squads.
It's only squads, and then leaders are extraneous. Like there's some limit on them, I think, but
So the only way that leaders ever truly affected is if you have 5 of them, because 5 is considered the same size as a half squad.
okay, yeah, then no worries there. All right, movement's done.
Okay. Defensive fire. Well, I would be a fool not to take this shot. So it's going to be the Partisans shooting at the guys in F6. Because it's now final fire, it's 3 doubled to 6, halved down to 3 again. I think they get a height advantage, so there's a +1. So it ends up just being a 2 firepower up 1 shot. And that will not do it. So they're safe. Do I have any other shots?
So nothing there, right?
Yeah, no, it's just a straight up miss. And I think that's it for my shots. Serial archive, are you down?
Sorry, looking something up again.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, the only reason I don't ask you, like, oh, what are you looking up, is because, like, if it's part of your secret strategy, obviously you wouldn't want to tell me anyways.
Oh, I think you're giving me far too much credit if you're assuming I have a strategy here.
Hey, look, I don't know. I'm being safe here.
I appreciate the vote of confidence there, but
I mean, the last thing I need is like the thread or people watching to be like, "Oh, this guy, he's just a fucking cheater."
no, I'm horrible. So sorry. Sorry, I did not mean to flip those guys there.
Yeah, no worries. God, that's bugging me now. Somebody asked in the thread, they're like, oh, a follow up question. Is there an ASL scenario for the Battle of Berlin that includes the two Mark V males the Germans reactivated? So, presumably talking about the Mark Vs from World War One. And it's like, oh man, is there?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I like need to know now, but the scenario archive is down, and I'm pretty sure I don't have the scenario for it.
If there isn't, there should be, I think.
Well, so the only reason I think there isn't is because creating like special counters was, I mean, it's still a very niche thing for a lot of groups if they just produce scenario packs. So you'd have to find someone who's already making them. There used to be there was an old pack called I think it's called Time on Target, and they used to have like all the craziest shit. They're the group that had a scenario that featured a mouse, the crazy German monster there. So it's like
Yeah.
they're if you can get those scenarios, but the thing is that they're so the pack itself is so rare that it's like a incredible premium to ever play it.
Does infantry movement affect firepower?
Yes. So how it works is so both infantry movement and just being in the advanced fire phase affect attack. So how it normally works is that um, even if you did not move, if you did not call yourself as an opportunity fire, you only ever fire at half firepower in the advanced fire phase. A unit that moves is the same sort of thing. It's you have all fire that they do.
So wait, yeah, my question is that having in addition to the having for advanced
Oh
fire
no,
phase, or
sorry, yeah,
that
no,
it counts it? So it's only one half for that.
yes,
Okay, cool.
yeah, because quartering would be like way too strong.
Well, I'm going to get a quartering as it is, so you know. So yes, all right. My two conscripts in E7 and my non-conscript, I don't remember if I forget what that class is, in
uh,
F6 are going to fire at the units adjacent to them. So
okay.
they're halved once for the phase. They're halved again for um,
No,
my
they're just halved for the face. That's like because they moved, they're halved. You don't have to, the
oh
only
yeah,
time
you're
you
not kidding. That's right. I'm sorry.
yeah
Yeah, so if I have for that, but they're doubled for adjacent, so there's no mod to firepower.
uh correct. So it would be a 9 firepower shot.
All right, so 9 firepower at a +1 because you're in woods. And is there any
Correct.
other?
I don't think so. No, unless there's something about conscripts. Let me just check the rules real quick.
Yeah, check the conscript rules because I didn't see anything, but there's a lot of
Trainings.
mods.
Stealthy British. Nope, nothing there. The only other thing I could think of would be if they can't form. a fire group, but I don't think that's the case.
I didn't see anything, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so SSR 3 says conscripts may not form multi-location fire groups. So in this instance, only the conscripts can shoot. They can't shoot with the first line.
Okay, can I make multiple fires at the same hex?
Oh yeah. There's no limitation on that. Once you get,
And
it's same thing with prep fire. You can shoot as many times as you legally can on the same target.
yeah, no worries then. Okay, then I will fire with E7 at F7.
Okay.
That's IFT column 9 plus 1.
So for those guys, it'll be the 6 firepower because they don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
first
sorry,
line.
6 plus 1.
Yeah.
So that's nothing.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no worries. And then the other guys are just firing at 3 plus 1. So the 2 plus 1.
Okay.
And also nothing.
Perfect. Just the way I like it.
I think that's the right counter. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, the unconcealed squad, I think I can do this. The unconcealed squad in 08 will fire at N10.
Okay.
I think it's also 3 plus 1.
So that's halved because it's advanced.
3 plus
fire.
1 halved.
So
it's 1 halved? Or is it 1
so
or 2?
it'll be a 1 firepower with a +1, and
Okay.
it won't actually affect the concealed guys in there because concealed halves again.
All right, so you know what? I'm just going to have the whole stack fire then, if that's all right with you.
No, do whatever you want. I can't complain. Legally, it is still a good move.
Yeah, no. So this is going to unconceal these guys, obviously.
Yeah.
Conscripts, can they form the whole hex can fire even if there's non-conscripts in the hex, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just can't be separate locations.
So that is a 9 quartered? No, 9 halved.
No,
No, not quartered. 9 quartered.
So it's halved. It's halved against the broken guy, but quartered against the concealed target.
So 2 rolls, or no? It's 1 roll. Just
Yeah, it's still 1 roll. Yeah.
Okay, so 1 roll at a +1 on the halved is going to be the 4 column, and quartered is going to be the 2 column.
Yeah.
Black. So that is nothing and nothing.
Perfect. But it does reapply DM status on the broken guy.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that some people tend to forget is that you really want to hammer that home if possible. Whenever someone's broken, don't for the newbies out there. Yeah, don't let up. There's no reason for it unless like there's a better shot somewhere else or something. But
Don't think I have shots at anybody else at any kind of reasonable attempt.
Cool. God, I swear I thought I had the time on target pack. What gives?
And woods block LOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. We're going to fire, which I believe loses our concealment. So it's going to be 9 quartered at a +1.
For who, where?
All right, H5 at H8.
H5 at H8.
So 2+1.
H5, 8. So, yeah, they're quartered. So it'll be. So it's 1.5 each. So 4.5, which is then down to 2.25. So 2 firepower up 1.
Yep, 2+1. Okay.
Phew.
And I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Route phase. Now, because these guys are now DM, so I'll take the prep stuff off. Defense fire. Because these guys are DM, I'm allowed to route them away, and I shall. So they are gonna route. There we go. So they're gonna route to M1, and they're gonna continue into L10. Actually, hold on. Not sure if that's legal or not. So this is. They can't see them.
I think the stack in L5 can see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think. So. This would technically create a blind hex, but I think it's just the one. No, I think the line of sight. I think it's broken for the overlay. Yeah, that's broken for the overlay. So he can't see into M10 can't see into the J5 guy, but he can see the L5 guy. Now the question is that is 6 hexes. Is this 6 hexes? No. So he can't route there because that would get him closer. So I'm gonna route into this building and continue to M3. So it's 1, 3, 5. So he's good.
Okay, 6 or more movement factors.
These are 6. Yeah, every broken unit has 6. The only exception, I think, is wounded leaders. I forget. I think it's 3 for wounded leaders.
No worries. Okay. I think that's the end of that, right? Unless you want to break anybody.
No, I think that's fine for my guys. Kinetic energy. Do I have kinetic energy on this? I do. Oh, hey, I do have one of the timeout target ones. Okay. Time to look for some Mark 5s while you advance.
Checking something. One sec.
Yep. Alright, Alright, so what do we got here? We got P7 to P8. We've got H5 to 6. There's a E6 to F6, another E6 to E7, and these guys from there to there. Okay.
The other modifications for conscripts?
I know there's something about them always being lax. So whenever they're in hand-to-hand combat and some other stuff, they just perform worse. But let's see here. During World War II, many nations were forced to use hastily raised and poorly trained troops. Green conscript troops represent the bottom rung of the quality ladder, and both are governed by the rules for inexperienced personnel. Neither green nor conscript troops may ever use stealth advantages. And blah blah. A green or conscript MMC stacked with an unbroken leader is exempt from restrictive rules movement. Oh, alright, so that's something to keep in mind for future. Conscripts have a movement factor allotment of 3, not 4. But if they're stacked with the leader, they get the bonus of 2. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's good to know.
Breakdown numbers different. Cowering. Oh, if they cower, they shift 2 columns, which hasn't occurred yet, so nothing to worry about there. Capture. Oh, yeah, and they're considered lax. Let's see what lax is. +1 to ambush, +1 to concealment growth, searching, and search casualties. So, other than ambush and concealment growth, I don't think it's going to come into play. But that's it from what I can tell.
Let's work out those close combat rolls, boyos.
Sick.
So we're advanced moving into the forest.
Okay, so is there anybody else? I'll just put the CC counter because I always forget this sort of thing. So CC counter goes down, and if there's any other advances. If not, we go straight into the CC. Well, there's one thing to roll before, but still CC.
Yeah, okay, I'm finished with that. So
okay, so we can take moves off because we know these conscripts moved in. So because they're lax, we can now check the. First off, we have to check the in Vassal. There's the tables, the IFT, and all that. If you go to the CC tab, you basically we roll for ambush because you're advancing into a woods terrain, which is one of the few terrain types that allows for an ambush roll. Now, the conscripts are lax, so they get some modifiers to their stuff, and you only roll 1 dice. So I rolled 4. My guys aren't lax. They're not. I don't think they're considered stealthy. So I think that's just a straight 4.
just a straight DR.
Yeah. For the Chinese guys, you'll add a +1 to see if you guys end up ambushing or not. Ambush partisans treated as Gurkhas. For CC purposes only, my guys are treated as Gurkhas. Alright, let's see what Gurkhas says. I think it means they might be stealthy. Gurkha. Uh, handiwork, famed, yada yada. Oh, no, okay. They don't get a bonus to their ambush or anything. So yeah, mine's just a straight 4, because I'm pretty sure my guys aren't stealthy either.
All right, so just a straight DR +1.
Yeah, cool. Um, so even with your +1, I still don't have uh, a lower number by at least 3. So nobody ambushes anybody. And now we can start figuring out odds. So the way to calculate odds in CC is there's the chart. So there's a bunch of stuff that we can potentially apply for. If I'd been lucky, we could have checked for ambush. Or there's a plus and a negative to those. Not the case. If you want to capture my guys, there's always a plus for that.
Nope.
And I don't even think that there's a thing for lax.
I think they get a -1 for being conscripts. I think there was something in there. Yeah, they're inexperienced, so they get a -1.
Hold on, where do you see that?
So let's see. They're under the rules for blah blah blah. Flip. So 19.3, I believe conscripts are also governed by the rules for inexperienced personnel.
19.3.
So under it says CCV of inexperienced infantry is always 1 less. This is 1930.
But see so note it says CCV. So the close combat value is what you would attribute if you were attacking a vehicle.
Okay.
So it doesn't apply to infantry versus infantry.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything then.
I get a -1 for being for the Gurkha stuff, I believe.
Unpin Gurkha.
Unless it's only for the. Did I write
Is
it
that
up
for
here?
the attack?
No, it might only be for hand to hand. I'm just checking to see if the special rules might have it. Not there, and Gurkhas. Whenever one or more, I can declare hand to hand. For
No, we didn't. You're not the attacker, and you didn't ambush.
Nope, hand to hand counters, blah blah blah. No, so it's just straight up ratio versus ratio. So under these circumstances, I'm allowed to pick who I want to attack if I don't attack the entire stack. So all I'm going to do is target one of your conscripts, doesn't matter which one, just so I can retain the 1-to-1 ratio. Because close combat is going to be, well, it's very harsh to put it mildly.
Yep, no, I'm with you. I will not withdraw.
Yeah, well, withdrawing. So you would technically be declaring that at the start, and then like you wouldn't even get an attack. It would literally just be okay. I roll to see if I can attack you while you're withdrawing, and then that's it.
Okay, so I obviously can only attack you, so my units will both be attacking you.
Yeah. So because you have 6 firepower versus my 3, that effectively gives you an odds ratio of 2-to-1. So for the black line, the black to kill numbers, you need a 7, or you need less than a 7 to kill me, and a 7 reduces me to a half squad. For me, I need to get a 4 or less to kill your one squad, or a 5 casualty reduces it.
Is the CC rule on the?
I'm sorry.
that's the CC roll on the bar, right?
Yeah. So when you're looking at the close combat table, in the
Yeah, no,
close,
I see it. Yeah, so it's a 7 or less to do something, 6 or less kills,
yeah,
7 breaks or halves, essentially, I guess.
yeah. If you equal the to kill number, you just do a casualty reduce instead of elimination. It's basically the only difference.
Okay. Then I guess I get to roll first, yeah?
Yeah. So close combat's the only thing that's like sequential in a way. So you roll first, and then I roll, and then if it changes anything, we'll get there.
All right. Well, here we go. So
8.
nothing.
Oh man, yes. And 6. Damn. All right. So this turns into a melee. So now those guys effectively can't do anything until the melee is resolved.
And we keep fighting them every close combat phase until
Yeah. Yeah, basically. They're just stuck there forever now.
go conscripts go! Fly, my legions!
And that's
Oh, very bad troops.
it. Perfect. So turn 3, my side, we'll do weather. My God, it happens so rarely.
That changed.
I have to look it up because I know I think it actually is gonna it potentially do something because if you roll a 12, it's gusts, but if you roll a 2, it's a wind change.
Yeah, 2660 B 2565 is the rule, by the way.
B2665.
B 2565.
Oh, 2565. Right. I was in the weather thing for whatever reason.
So it looks like a DR just to see what it does.
Yeah. So get the so wind force blah blah blah. Where does it say wind change? At the start of each rally phase, on a 2, a change occurs, and a DR is made to determine what happens on the following thing. Ah, boo. So it is a change in direction 1 hex counter clockwise. So at the top here of the map, instead of being a northeast wind, it is now an eastwardly wind.
That's clockwise.
Yeah, clockwise.
It said 1 counterclockwise.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm dumb. Counterclockwise. So now it is northwest.
Yep. All right.
Which,
Let's
and
bring,
if you
bring in your cavalry.
if you ever put down smoke grenades, that's the only time it'll have an effect in this game.
Do I actually have smoke grenades? I didn't think I did.
Technically, I think you got some elites here. They've got a superscript. So under, like, I didn't see anything in the rules that said they don't have smoke grenades. So technically, although I don't even think that, well, I guess the tech exists. Like to make smoke grenades, yeah, the compounds exist for it. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's no fun. Concealment? What the hell?
So yeah, well, so sorry. Yeah, if you had anything that could be concealed, you can always try to claim it and go from there. I think the only one that it might apply to would be, I don't think I can see these guys or these guys. So
Just as a reference, I can't actually see where you're pointing, so
oh really? You can't.
I'm not seeing your pings if that's what you're doing.
Oh, okay, so do me a favor. If you go into the vassal controls, the main thing, and then go to preferences. If you, the first tab is general. That's the one I think we want. Um, so yeah, so in general, near the bottom, there's board directory, and 3 boxes underneath that. It says highlight shows red circle on map. And for whatever reason, they took that off as a default in one of the updates.
All right, give it a shot again. I've checked it. Ah, okay, yeah, that's much nicer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know why they ever took that out as a default. It's
I was like, you're clicking around, and I'm like, okay, I guess I just can't see it.
damn. I was doing that for for a while for the earlier ones. It's like, okay. It's a good thing I was just saying what I was doing too.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's been fairly obvious, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
yes.
It's all right.
Right.
Yeah, those guys could probably used it, but you know what? It's all right.
Perfect. So my rally phase, I'm allowed to attempt to self rally one guy, so I will attempt to self rally this guy. And although that is an admirable roll, it is not enough. So they lose their DM, and I have no other shenanigans to pull.
I think I am good. I don't have anybody to rally.
Okay. So prep fire phase. Who wants to die? Hmm. It's kind of an empty question, considering. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, no shots. Movement phase. These guys are going to assault move into K1.
Okay.
Um, you're going to have to check the LOS on this just in case. But this guy is going to normal move there.
Okay.
Do you want to check LOS or?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Did you want to check LOS? Because I'm not sure if this guy can spot him, and I'm pretty sure you can claim it as a free LOS check. It doesn't count as a shot.
Sure.
Yeah, he sees him. Okay, so you now know that's a 337 who has spent one movement factor to get in there.
All right.
He will then go up here for 2, and then rounds about there for 4. Meanwhile, this guy is going to move into bypass on the in this hex H10 or
Around
sorry
the hill.
H9. Yeah, so he's technically ground level in the hill hex.
Yep.
And then he will go here. He will also lose his concealment. So he spent 2 movement factors, and then I will have him go up 1 to there. Other moves. What other moves? These guys are going to assault move down the hill. And that's going to be it for my moves.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, I'm actually going to do this guy is going to he's going to dash into that X. So L10 to M2.
Should you have revealed that?
Yeah, I mean, one, your guys can. I'm pretty sure your guys can see into that hex.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
So
Okay.
he's just gonna dash.
Okay.
Perfect. And that's it. Defensive fire.
08 will fire at N10.
Okay.
So that's 9 halved, I believe.
Yeah.
At a +1.
Hmm.
Is it round up or down, just so I can remember?
It's
down?
always so fractions are always rounded down, except some very specific circumstances.
So that is on the 4+1.
Yeah.
Oh,
8.
nothing barely.
8 on 4. No, it's 7. Okay, I was thinking the wrong number.
I need to look at something up for a line of sight. 1 second.
Yep, sure. I'm still going through the scenarios that I thought had a mouse in it, but I don't even. I think it's turning out that I don't even have that one, which is very sad to me. Oh my god, is this really? Hold on. Where is 071 part 1 and part 2 and part 3 and part 4? What? Each troop's engine. They have a wow. They have a scenario for the KV-2 tank in June 1941 that stopped the division or whatever. That's funny. It's literally like this tank just sits there and just shoots forever. Damn.
Okay. L5 is going to fire at K11. I think I have an LOS, but
I mean, let's draw it. Drawn. Yeah, you got LOS. It crosses a brush, so instead of a +1 only from the woods, it's a +2 total.
yeah, this is just it's 2+2.
For the LMG, yeah, if you're just shooting the LMG.
Yep. And nothing.
Yes.
And that's all the defensive fire I have. I think I think pretty sure firing into melee is bad.
Yeah, because you don't get to pick who you shoot at.
All right. Yep.
It's nice though if because so let's say if you have like a really cheap unit like a half squad and it just like survives for whatever reason, and your opponent has a lot of units, that's when it's like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot into my guys because it doesn't matter if they live or die. The entire point was them locking a group down in the first place.
Yep.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, advancing fire phase. Can I even really shoot anything? No. So route phase. Um, Even though my guy's broken, he doesn't have DM, so he doesn't have to route, and he doesn't technically have to route anyways. So that's it for me. For my routes, I don't think you have anybody broken either. Um,
Nope.
Advanced phase. Advanced phase, M2 is going to go into M3. G2 is going to go into F1. H1 is going to go into G2. G9 is going to go into G10. And K1 is going to go into L10. And that's it for advances. Alright, CC. So now because I'm the attacker, I'm saying screw it, and I'm declaring hand to hand. So this is now a hand to hand.
Okay, but you're actually Gurkhas, so you get a -1.
I believe so, yes. But
Yep.
it also just means that I don't need as low a number. Same goes in reverse, but still.
So I think you roll first, so you're on the 1-to-1 table, assuming.
Yeah, so I'm still going at just after one of your conscript guys. So CC roll 6. For a hand to hand, that will be a kill. So one of those conscripts is dead. But we don't worry about it. We only you only remove stuff at the end since there's no ambush.
Okay, so both of them get to respond.
Yeah. So how it works is the only time that one group attacks and resolves before the other is if they ambushed. Any other time, it's you just roll and then you worry about the results at the end.
Okay, well then I guess it's my attack.
Mm-hmm.
2-1. Need a 9 or less to do something.
All right. Well, at least I got 1-to-1 ratio there. CC is dead. Just gonna put this up here. Label glorious partisan death. Alright, glorious hand to hand death. There we go. Perfect. And that's it for my turn. So allied turn 4.
Sorry, cleaning up my encounters there.
Yeah, no worries. I actually gotta take off the move too. Yeah, playing Vassal, I'm always super grateful because, boy howdy, I remember like playing campaign games. Oh man, imagine playing a campaign game and not having something that says like, "Oh, you moved that guy already."
No, I imagine it gets really finicky.
It's taxing on the brain, even just like remembering like, "Oh, did I move that guy? Did I move that guy?"
I am pretty sure I have no units that have routed, so I think it's just your rally, which I'm assuming you're going to do.
Yep. So No modifiers other than -1 for being in the building. No. Dang. So they stay broken.
All right. And I think that's the end of
Yeah.
Rally Crit.
Yeah, nothing else for me. Come on, ASL archive. Still broken. Goddamn.
The LMG is in Opfire,
Okay.
just for fun. Sorry, I should have moved it forward. We're in prep fire now. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for prep fire.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to take a bio break.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, no problem. All right, let's mess around Twitch here a little bit more. Cool. Share my activity. What the hell is that? Whatever. What the what? That's nuts. Drops. Extensions. What extensions? Oh, you know what? I'll just check those later. Twitch achievements. That'll be the day. Gaming. Alright, Gurkhas. Climbing stealth. Oh, my guys are stealthy. I guess that technically would have given me a -1.
All right, back. Sorry, thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. That's what it was. Okay.
Actually, before you announce anything, I'm actually going to assault move into the woods instead. Sorry.
Okay.
Assault moving.
Okay.
Assault moving.
Okay.
Regular movement. Assault move. Well, yeah. Might as well assault move.
Okay.
Regular movement.
Okay.
I think I can always assault move one hex, yeah?
Yeah. The only modifier I think is that if assault moving would consume all of your movement, it applies something, but yeah, I don't think it'll be the case here.
Well, I'm looking at I6 there.
So
Moving
I
up
so
into
right. Okay, well let's double check it here. Assault movement.
I6 into, I think it's J6 or J7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Assault movement. Blah blah blah. Without using all of its movement factors.
So they would have to regular move.
Yeah, because it would consume, um, because it would consume all of it. They can't use assault move to get in there. They could advance in there. That's kind of the one way to like get around. Actually, I think advance would also force them to go CX. I forget, but in any case. Hill B10. hate how that's only on the chart. What the hell? DOTH. Yeah, so depends on. So to go into a any sort of hill hex, it's depends on other terrain in hex, and little h, which is movement factor cost of each full level higher elevation entered is doubled. So for to get into a woods normally is 2, so you double it to get in from a lower level. Yes, that's fine. You know, it's okay. Those fakes aren't gonna shit at you anyways. Did you die to a time cop? Damn, my opponent died to a time cop. Oh, there you go.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking up to see whether or not I could move up the railroad slit without getting fairly heinous open field penalties, and the answer is I'm not sure, and I don't really care to flip through enough to find out, so it's okay.
I mean, you could have asked. Two people looking through the book is faster.
No, it gets into silly ass like it's considered a wood road, and is there a height advantage or a crest involved, and it gets annoying. So yeah, it's not worth the effort to do it, to be honest.
All right.
So sorry. Yes, that is all of my movement.
Okay. Thought a time cop had gotten you for a sec there.
No, I'm sorry, I can tell if you're talking to me or somebody else.
No, that was all you.
No, I was looking at the railroad stuff, and then it was like, if this is the case, then you need to go check the Woods Road stuff, and that was like two other places. So it's.
Yeah. Um, defensive fires. That's a +2. Not really worth it. Nope. Just gonna be advanced fire.
5 is going to fire at J7. The whole stack with, I believe, the leader bonus there is what, a -1, or is that a 1?
Which, sorry, was it K6? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so that's 6. It's a 6 flat because it's +1 for woods. Or, sorry, so it's a 3 flat if you're firing squad and LMG. Because
Yes, I am.
those were the opportunity fire guys, right? Oh, no, they weren't. Sorry. So it's 6 halved to 3, and then halved again for advancing fire phase.
Concealment.
Oh,
Yeah.
so concealment.
So no, it's actually what, quartered and then eighth.
No, it's just quartered. So
Well,
instead of
that's
6, it's
dropped to less
1.5.
than. So yeah, it's
But it's a flat 1 because the leader is a -1 and then the woods is a +1.
okay. Yeah, then that's
It's still long odds, admittedly.
yeah. I mean, why not? So no effect, but
Hooray. Yeah, the only reason to be shy about a shot like that is um, because the odds are so low. Like you kind of almost automatically trigger sniper. And some people are always worried that they'll break their machine guns and stuff. So depending on who you play,
I don't care.
yeah. Look, only elites can repair those or whatever. So you gotta be careful.
So halved for advanced fire, quartered for concealed, +1 for woods.
Yeah.
All right. So 08, I think that is, will fire at N10. So that's 9 quartered. Well, no,
So
let's see, 9. It's 1.5. It's 0.75 per unit, right?
so
Add it
08
up.
is shooting.
Yes, 08 is shooting.
Yeah. So it's so 9,
2.25,
4.5, 2.25. Yeah. So and
2 at a
then
-1.
yeah, to shoot into N10, it's +1, so 2 up 1.
And nothing. And there's no point in them firing. Yeah, I think that's everybody.
Okay. Route phase, take off moves. No routes for anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
All right, advanced phase.
We All right, that'll do it for me.
No CC. So we will go straight into the next turn. So first things first, I have to determine a couple of things. Let's chart here.
Got to set up all your reinforcements, right?
That's right, and you have to do it first, or at least I'm pretty sure it's before the weather roll. Not that it particularly matters, but you know. All right, 1 plus cost of terrain. All right, well, I like the idea of doing. Oh, I gotta. There we go. So these guys there. There. Change. Oops. Cut him. Clone. And just in case, just gonna clone this a couple times. Cool. Alright, so that's my reinforcements placed. Weather roll 10, no change to weather. Rally phase, I'm going to attempt to rally my guy in M3. Damn it. He stays broken. And that's it for rally phase for me.
I don't think I have anybody to rally, so.
Okay. So, prep fire phase. I like the idea of E1 shooting into F8. It's a 2 firepower up 2 shot. 4, 6 on 2, I think might just be a pintash check. Yeah. So everybody gets to try pintash checks with a +1 because of the leader. Actually, the leader doesn't modify his own roll, I don't think, but everybody else has to.
He's actively bad.
Yeah, it's like the only. It's like one of the only times where it actually comes into play. It's also why people always say like, don't, whatever you do, don't stack a lot. It's never good.
Oh, I don't care. I feel like it's perfectly in character for that guy to be able to find the conscripts.
Yes, it's also why if you ever have like the actual counters, um, usually the 6+1s, they're always like they're named after obviously bad leaders, or they're given ranks that are just low compared to other ones. Like generally speaking, like my leader up here, in counter form, it'd be like lieutenant or lieutenant so and so, but a 6+1 would usually be like a corporal or something.
So here's a dumb question: is it one die roll for the entire
No, it's
staff?
for everybody. It's like a
Oh, I
morale
see.
check.
Okay, so it's just one roll, and that it applies to everybody in the
No, no. So it's one roll per.
per. Okay.
Yeah, just like morale checks, it's one roll for everybody, or one. Everybody rolls once. You roll once.
Oh, so is this the morale check or the task check DR?
It applies to both. So if you have a stack, it's like how you determine random selection. In this stack, the leader will roll his task check first, and then the 336 below him will roll, and then the other, and then the other. So you have to make 4 rolls for that one stack.
No, I get that. I'm sorry. It's there's two buttons on the on the
Oh,
bar.
so
Yeah,
so
that's question.
on the bar, it actually like the only reason that any of these are different and why it quote unquote matters to select the right one is because certain roles take into account your sniper. Um, the rally role specifically also triggers heat of battle and leader creation. Same thing with CC. So they're just pre-programmed to take data that's already filled in certain spots to help you out. So you know, like, oh, that's when my sniper is supposed to activate. Because
Yeah, I'm assuming this is the task check button. I guess
yeah,
is what I'm.
yeah, TC, yeah,
If I wish to be pedantic about my rolling.
yeah. I mean, it's always good because a task check doesn't necessarily trigger. At least I don't remember. Anyways, whatever. The point is that it's important if you want to have certain callouts happen.
Yeah, just giving me the feel for it for when I need to roll, make what.
Get task checks to trigger snipers.
All right, starting with the leader.
Yep. Cool. He passes.
Unit under him fails. Unit under him fails. Last unit succeeds.
Yay. And it's my sniper. Okay, so sniper does not activate. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, so that's that guy prepped. I got no other shots that I want to make anyways, or can make. So, movement phase. First things first, all of my offboard guys up on the western edge, they're all going to declare a gallop. Gallop, basically what it does is it's the cavalry version of CXing. So, where's my CX counters? There. So I'm going to be doing this for all 3 groups, but I will only move one at a time, just in case. So immediately he has to lose concealment because there is line of sight from that hex to these guys. 13 range, so they can see him.
You are the axis, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Axis, right?
Sorry, you're cutting out.
You are the axis for this particular scenario.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, wait, sorry. No, wait. Because that was... Yeah. Just forgot to switch that over.
Prep fire, so yeah, it's in your face, so the turn counter should end. We just forgot.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what. I was like, why is he moving? It's my turn.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I know we didn't screw this up. So cavalry, it costs two movement factors per hex to get in. Galloping increases the movement factors by 8 for horses. So my guys technically have 20. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. How many hexes is that? That's 7, so you can't shoot me. So 14, 15. And then my guys are going to jump off. Just put them underneath. So you gotta jump off. It's gonna cost them 1 movement factor to do that. And then they go into this building for 3 total. Then I will have yet another squad. They are also galloping. They also have to drop concealment, and they're going to make the same, well, near the same moves. So 14 to get there. They will then, how do I want to split this? So 14, they will go into here, bypass for 15. And then they will dismount, still in bypass, so it's just going to cost them 1. And then I will go into H2 for 3 movement factors total. Yeah, and then this group also going to come on board. They're galloping as well. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. They're going to go into here. They're going to drop their horses for 1. And then 3. And then we'll go 5. And then I've got my horses down here. I mean, I have the first guy. They're not, well, at least the first stack is not going to gallop. So they're going to go into P4.
Yes, I will fire at you.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. No, I am. Well, I guess it's long range, which is halved, right? So no, I will not fire.
All right. They will then go into O4. And once
Don't
getting,
think I have line of sight yet.
okay, and then once getting into O4, they will dismount. And they're just going to stick there.
Okay.
What is the cavalry through woods? All right. This group is going to declare gallop. So it's going to be 1 to get there. 2.
I think the hedge blocks line of sight for me.
Yeah. 6, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're gonna dismount there, and end their turn and their move. And then lastly, this stack is going to move here for 1.
Okay.
Go here and dismount. I'm just gonna, for clarity, I'm just gonna put the cavalry counters underneath. Just
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just so it's not as confusing. There. All right, and that's this stack is going to assault move into H10. Um, move. This group is going to assault move one back to J10. And that'll be it for moves. Defensive fire.
I7 will fire at J7. I think. Pretty sure they can fire because they're adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we just said like whatever. We'll just play it as is. That'll be an eight of one.
Yep, 8-1. Okay.
It's a 9. I think that's what.
9 is the PTC. If I'm reading that right.
Yeah, 9 on 8 PTC. Aw, dang. You ruined the surprise. The half squad will go first. And yeah, they both pass. And sadly, I can't trigger my own sniper.
All right. J6 will then fire on J7.
Okay. These guys are front fired.
I was just about to drop in there, but thank you. Yeah, so they are, let's see, no concealment, adjacent, so they're doubled, yeah?
Yep. So it's a flat 16.
Yep. Bugger me.
I got lucky.
ATC again.
It's serious? 11? Oh, it is. Half squad first and full squad. So half squad pins.
And the LMG from, or both the squad and the LMG from H5 will also fire on them.
Okay.
They are at 6.
6 flat.
6 flat, yeah.
Ooh. That's going to be 1 morale check.
Yeah, 1 morale check.
All right. Well, squad first and then half squad. Well, the half squad pins and these guys break.
All right. Continuing on. 08 will fire at N10 again.
Okay.
So I think it's 9 at so 8 at a +1.
So it'll be
No, halved.
4.
I'm sorry. Yes. So 4 at a +1.
Yeah.
Nothing. think that's everybody. Can't really see the cavalry that just showed up, literally. But let's see. L5 will fire at. Now it's half, so that'll be a 1. Sure, why not? We'll fire at N10, which I think is at a 1 plus 2.
L5 to N10. If it's just the LMG, yeah, it's a 1 up 2.
So
Close.
that's a 6. Oh, just missed you.
Yeah, this is really close.
And I think that's it.
Okay. Advanced fire phase. Is there anybody? Well, I mean, cat's out of the bag, so I might as well just take this dumb shot. The J7 into J6. It's doubled. Oh, actually, no, I can't because it's halved twice. So that's useless. I got no other shots. So, route phase. Now, partisans can't surrender, so I don't have to worry about that. So, the closest destination that is legal for me is J6. And I think the only legal path I have is to route into J8. Because I can't go into K8 because that gets closer to O8 guys. Obviously, you can't route the K7. I can't route towards these two guys. And this is still adjacent.
Yep, looks good to me.
So they have to route here. That is still open ground. So I have to take interdiction, which is a morale check. 5. They just barely passed that. So there are no, thankfully, long-lasting consequences. They go into J9. Since it's attached to other woods, I can continue. So that cost me 2 movement factors to get there. So 3, 4. And I want to say I can go into K2, but we'll say I can't, and I'll just read up the
Why
rule.
is there only 2 to get to the woods? Shouldn't it be 3?
So partisans, my guys have a SSR that says it only costs 1. So to get to from here to there is 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, I'm not sure if I can continue into K2. I want to say I can, but I'm not sure, so I'll just check the rules some other time. It's not a big deal. And I don't have anybody else that's broken to route, so that is it for route phase. Advances, we'll take moves off. This squad is going to advance into L2. I'm going to have this guy is going to advance into E1.
Interrupt. Is it okay if I clear my defensive fire markers?
Oh, yeah. I'll just do it in boom. Yeah, there's a drop-down menu. You just select defensive fire and they all vanish.
Yeah, I got it. I just wanted to make sure it was all right.
Oh, yeah. These 337s are going to move into G2. I'm going to have this 337 go into K2. The leader is going to move into K1. In here, I'm going to have one guy go northwards into O5, and the other 2 are going to go into N4. And that is it for advances. There's no CC, so end of turn. Allied turn 5, and pins come off. Oh, before the end of my turn, I don't think anybody has LOS on these guys. Or actually, I'm just gonna draw this like a jerk. Those guys see him, so they cannot gain LOS.
Okay. The game does not end because I have nowhere near the number of victory points.
Correct. I've dodged a bullet. Although technically, I think it's at the. Is it at the start or at the end of turn 5? I think it's the end. So there's still a chance.
No, not really. I mean, thank you for the vote of confidence, but no, I don't think so.
End of turn 5. So technically, end of my turn 5.
I can't really see you doing a bunch of assaults that end up in death, so, you know.
Hey, look, you can always get lucky. That's 15 CVP. You've already gotten 2 for one squad. So you need another 13. That's 6 squads and a leader. It's doable. Look, for all
Okay,
you
well-
know, for all we know, this guy's gonna kill himself on rolling a boxcar. This guy's dead for sure. There's 3 points right there.
Yeah, okay. Weather does not change.
No change.
I don't have anybody to rally.
I do. Hooray! I'm going to attempt to rally the DM guy first. That is a big fat nope. And other guy, hey, finally. I got a squad back.
Okay. So I think that's the end, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else for rally phase.
Prep fire.
Good old prep fire.
Hmm. Sorry, just considering for a second.
Yeah, no worries. While you're considering stuff, wait, oops. I'm gonna do a thing because I like to think it helps. Overlays. Wait, no, that's the right one. These overlays. There we go. Just gonna put bunch.
Are you putting victory point, whatever?
Yeah, just because it's easier to visualize. The thread will appreciate it too, I'm sure.
You're just doing it to mock how far away I am.
Yes, correct. Look how feeble your preparations are. In the face of true Mongolian might.
No, I mean, honestly, my attack has been half-hearted at best at this point, so we'll see.
I mean, you can always pick up.
So we're on to movement. Wee.
That is correct.
This, oh my God.
Oh, that's bold. Is that a normal or assault?
Normal.
Oh, okay. Hmm. He's fine there.
All normal movement. I'll mention if it's assault.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, he's fine.
What is that? Olive Grove?
Yeah. So technically, it's half the hex is olive grove, so you still pay the movement for it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I could do this. I don't need to do this during the advanced phase, do I?
Do I? No. So you can't occupy a hex that has a enemy unit in it. So
Oh, yeah, no worries then. The conscripts are eager.
eager if foolish.
Thought move.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did we say we couldn't assault move if it takes up your whole movement?
Correct. But those guys were yonder, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was, for some reason, I thought they were down on a lower level, but they're not. So, yeah.
How does that say? Huh. Oh, okay, never mind. I was very confused for a second. Uh, yeah, that's getting shot at for sure. Uh, so these guys are gonna shoot. It's a two down two shot. The 3 on 2 is a one morale check. Or sorry, yeah, one morale check. One morale check.
Succeeds but pinned.
Yeah. I should also put the one residual there. F7 to G8. Okay.
Defensive fire.
Defensive fire. All right. I love hearing that word. The half squad's gonna take another shot, so it's just a one firepower flat. All right. Well, at least I got my 12 out of the way. Um, the squad in 5 is gonna shoot at N9. It is a long range shot. I had a brain fart and didn't do it while you were moving, so it's just a one firepower flat. On 1. I think it's just a pintash? No, normal morale check.
Yep, no more round check. All right. Fail.
Yes. And that means it's the perfect time to reveal that he is going to shoot at O10. And that is going to be nothing good. So there's a
6 at a +1, I think.
so it's just
Oh, I'm sorry, 6 at -1. 6 at -1.
No, it's just a flat 6.
I'm in the open, aren't I?
Yeah, but it's not. So the thing to keep in mind is it's any fire that's done in the defensive fire phase is counted as final fire. So it's not first fire movement open ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So no.
Yeah, that's a complete miss. Do I have any other shots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to attempt to shoot K2 to P10, which looks good to me, but it does cross the hex side that has the orchard or olive grove, so you'll get a +1 for the TM. So it's 2 up 1. Man, I'm getting some good rolls. 5 normal morale check. Yes. What else? Oh, these guys will shoot at F8. So that's 6 firepower. Up 2. 8 on 6 is a pintash check.
Leader.
Yay, leader pins, hooray. That's actually the better result. Like, no joke, because if a leader pins, they can't apply their leader bonus.
All right. Yeah. No worries. Okay. The conscript under him. Okay, one's under them. Pass. Good job.
Hey, sick. Now, if the leader was alive, if the leader was fine, they would have all pinned.
I'll put the pin dudes at the bottom just for
Yeah.
fun. All right.
Excuse me. Do I have any other shots? I will shoot or attempt to shoot L2 at K7. It's a good shot. Don't even cross the woods. So it's just a 1 up 1. Okay, I gotta stop rolling. This is crazy.
I'll check.
Yeah, normal round. Alright. I've used up all my good luck. No, it doesn't. Yes.
So they're broken.
Yeah.
That does not remove the pin, though, does it?
Yes, yeah. Broken unit can't be pinned. It's like the one good thing if you ever have like a pinned unit, the same is applies to a CX. If you CX a unit, typically the CX remains until their next movement phase. But if you break a unit that's CX, they lose the CX status. So it's this weird like it's actually beneficial to break. I think that's also my last shot. Yeah, advanced fire phase.
Huh. So yeah,
Yeah, I've had some good dice. I gotta start like actually watching myself or else.
no, I think that unit, if it has to route, is dead because I don't think I can actually move anywhere.
Well, so far we don't have to worry about it because we're in advanced fire phase, and there. If you break some of my units, it will affect their routes. So I wouldn't suggest that it's all over just yet.
No, I mean, I would literally have to break units that I cannot break. Like I can't shoot at units that I cannot see. So yeah, that's the problem. Is that even if I clear out that one guy, um, I still can't move without moving closer to any of your troops.
So hold on. So let's think about this, right? If we're hypothetical, so this guy, he's broken. If you break the half squad next to him, um, then if I'm just gonna take for my own view, I'm gonna take off all the counters. So we know there's a guy in N4, and he can, I think, can technically see him, and he can technically see the guy in L2. Now L2 is 5 hexes away from K7, but it's also 5 hexes away from J6. So this guy, if the adjacent squad breaks, can route here, no problem. If we look at the guys over here, first off, I think P10 would count as because it's even the half hex is fine. I think it'll still count for Olive Grove. So because he's not adjacent and he's not technically in open ground, he's certainly not open like these guys can't shoot at him, so it wouldn't matter in terms of line of sight or whatever. And this guy's too far, so he can stay there and be fine. Otherwise, he can still route here, and he can't see these guys. So, other than checking for range on this, that'd be the one consideration. Um, this guy, if you break the guy above him, can just route into that building or that woods, I believe. And if not, he can route to the Olive Grove there. The other thing too is because earlier in the game when I killed those prisoners, these guys can't ever surrender, so they have to low crawl even if they're adjacent. So
We'll start. We'll start with these guys over on the left then.
well, we'll do advancing fire first, and then we can worry
Yeah,
about rounds.
I was just kind of thinking ahead a little bit here. All right. O10 will fire at N10.
Okay, so it's 3 up 1, well 2 up 1, but yeah.
Aren't I doubled for being adjacent?
Uh, yes, but it's your advanced fire phase, so it's halved.
Yeah, doubled and halved.
Yeah.
So I'm back to 3.
Yeah, 3 then down to 2. Yeah, I was mentioning to the thread about how that's like the one contentious, like very contentious point is that um, the because you're halved and doubled, you go down to 3, and it's like, well, 3, I go down to 2, so it doesn't really have like that extra 1 firepower doesn't really have that much value, so to speak. And there's an incremental fire table that basically has 40 columns and has all of those like edge cases.
Yeah.
Gets
Okay. No, that's fine. So it's 2 up 1, right?
yeah, yeah.
So 7, nothing, barely.
Okay.
All right. P1? P1? No.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We'll
Yep.
fire it. So they are halved, so they're at 1 up 1.
Yep.
Ugh, that route's going to be yucky. All right. Let's see. J5 is going to fire at L2. I have 6 at a +1. 6 up.
Yes. Yeah, because I think hedges is just
Edges +1. Yeah. And I'm not halved because I'm an opportunity fire.
correct.
Pointless for the leader to direct fire. He's just a 0.
Well, so the one advantage is that him directing it would, it makes it so that they don't cower.
Then might as well. We will direct the fire then.
Yeah, that's like the only reason to like if your leader has nothing better to do, then yeah, have him direct stuff.
So, okay, we'll direct stuff at that fire. So it is
Okay.
6 up 1. 4,
Nice shot.
finally,
Nice shot.
is 2 morale check.
2 morale check. Pins. Pins and sniper does not activate.
It's probably overkill. But I think I need to do it. J6 will fire at J7. The leader will direct.
Okay. So 16
So
flat.
16 at a 16 flat, I think.
Yeah.
5.
Nice. That's at least like a 3 MC. Yeah. All right. These guys are screwed. They are screwed. They break. And that's the thing too. So now with this guy broken, he's gonna have the same sort of considerations that your guys up here are gonna have, where he's effectively dead.
think the conscripts might as well fire. I mean, why not? Yeah, conscripts will fire, so that's what, 9 doubled. But
Halved,
something.
and then up 1. So
15
8
plus
of
1. Why are they halved?
Advanced
Oh,
fire.
no. Yep, sorry, it's advanced.
Yeah.
It's advanced fire. Never mind. 7.
That's 1, or sorry, norm.
No, it's 7 total. So that's a 1 MC.
Yeah, okay. 1 MC. And they are dead. They are dead for sure.
Yay. What's the modifier for building?
So wood building is +2.
Okay. F8 will fire back at F1. 6 halved, so 3. No, 1.5. Yeah, 3 at a +2. So 3 up 2. So 2 up 2.
Okay.
And nothing. Anybody else want to fire? No, I think that's it.
Okay. So now the crazy part. So we'll take off move, we'll take off preps, we'll take off defensive fires. I don't think there's any residual. Alright, so it's the attacker that has to route first. I guess technically I don't have anything to route anymore. So there's that. And I don't believe it matters like what hex you start with. So
All right, well, let me move these guys. I think they can route into the woods.
So K7 is fine to route as long as it doesn't go towards any units. And it can't see this guy. I mean, technically, it can't see anything east, any of my guys east of the railroad. So that you don't have to worry about that at all.
So can I route into J6 or J7?
They can route into either of these hexes because the only known unit to them is this leader, and this hex is not closer. They're both 4 hexes away. So you could go back to the leader, which is obviously the better option, but the choice is yours, really. You can also sorry, you can't. I was gonna say you could also continue to route in here, but because he knows about this guy, he can't. He can only go.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're just gonna route right into the leader. That's all.
Yeah. Now for these guys, the N9 guys. So let's see if I can pull up the rules here. Now, because no quarter is in effect, it does mean that they will never surrender, even if circumstances would make it that they have to. They subsequently will always use low crawl or risk interdiction to avoid surrendering. Now, this guy's route paths might just kill him because the guy above him isn't broken. He can't go to M10 because it's closer. He can't go to actually, can he go to M9? He might actually be safe.
Well, he's in N9, so Can he go to N8? No, because that's closer to.
Yeah, so he can't go to N8. He can't go to O9 because that gets him closer to the O7 guy or O5 guy. But my question is M9. Uh, is M9? That's 5 hexes. 5 hexes. He could go to M9. Um, he would have to risk interdiction to do so, but he could go to M9, and then from M9 he could continue to route into L8, and then
To stop.
So the thing to keep in mind is that I believe you can only take one interdiction per route. I think that's the rule. Let's see here. A routing unit which enters an open ground hex without low crawl in both the LOS and normal range of an unbroken enemy unit capable of fire. Blah blah. A routing unit which fails an interdiction. No, so that's the thing. But I'm just thinking like if if something was to apply, I just want to continues to route thereafter. Blah blah blah. Broken unit may not be interdicted more than once per open ground hex. Okay, okay. So basically, this guy will be safe if he could probably actually route to here. So if we count it out, right, going, so he could end probably L8 or L7. He doesn't have enough movement factors to get there, but
I don't go to L7 because of this unit.
yeah, that's actually 4. My other thing I was going to look up is can L8 see it? No, cool. So he can get to L8 no problem, because it's basically that would be on the way to getting to J7, which would be the closest legal destination for him.
Across K8, he suffer interdiction.
If I revealed a unit that could put firepower onto him, the leader can't, so that's fine. This unit can't because even though that K8 is open ground, there's hindrance, so that effectively cancels out the open ground. Unless I reveal a real unit in these, well, this guy specifically, I think, because he's the only one that would have sight. I think the woods blocks the other guy, but unless these guys are revealed to be real, they wouldn't change anything. So theoretically, he could end in M9 if he chose, in L8. I don't think you can end in K8 because you'd be ending in open ground. But he can't get to J7.
It's fine with me.
Cool.
And the other guy just stays in place because he's already in cover.
Yeah, so this guy could stay in place. Theoretically, he could also route into the building, but he would take interdiction, would be the only thing. He could also route to P8 as well, I think, because I don't think that P10... Oh, that is a clear line of sight. Okay, never mind. So yeah, he can stay there and that's fine. He can see... I didn't actually think that there'd be line of sight to O5. So...
Got there. There is hindrance, though, because I believe the Olive Grove is hindrance, right?
Yes, but the problem is that because he would then have line of sight in P9, by routing into P9, you're then stuck. You can't go back to where you were, or at least I don't think you can. You'd be in open ground anyways, so you'd be intercepted by this guy.
Or is it just the printed range?
So the only reason why this guy is a consideration is that once you get into P9, if you survive the interdiction from this guy, if you go back into P8, you're getting closer to him. That's why. So, by entering P9, you're basically subjecting your guy to an interdiction and then a failure to route.
Yeah, no, I was curious.
Yeah.
My unit in the... Hello, what's up? Okay, yeah, no, he'll stay in place. That's fine.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is O2 is technically, I think, legal. Let me see here. So, oh no, just barely. If this was a range further away from these guys, they could actually route there.
That's cool. Okay, yeah, I think that's all my routing.
Okay. My routes, none. I only got a pin guy, so I don't have to worry about that. Cool. Advanced phase. Take the moves off.
Sorry. Okay, that's everybody.
Okay. Alright, so CC phase. We have an ambush roll that needs to be done in N10. I am technically stealthy, as it turns out, so I get a -1. So I roll a 2.
I roll a 7, so you ambush me.
Alright. So ambush. If we look at the chart, since I ambush, I go first. Um, I get a -1 to my ambush roll. You have a +1. And I don't think there's any other modifiers. And I can't declare, or at least I don't think I can declare H to H. Either way, I'm not
I
gonna.
don't know. Are you counting as a Gurkha?
So, so I am counted as Gurkha. I just forget if ambush makes it so I'm the attacker. I don't think it does. So I'll.
Yeah,
I'll
but I think if Gurkhas get ambush, then they can choose.
oh, hmm. Do I want to?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
ambush the NCC, then you may become hand to hand at the option of Gurkha player.
All right. Well, I mean, no sense not to. Close combat. Yeah, that's it.
Just regular close combat, or
Dead. The -1 for that I get for the ambush is enough to bring me under the 1-to-1 hand-to-hand kill. Had it been just a 7, then your guy would have casualty reduced to a half squad, and then he could attack me. And that's it for CC.
I ask a really dumb question.
Uh,
Where are you seeing all rules saying Mongolians are Gurkhas and stealthy and all that? Because like
so
none of that is on the scenario card.
So they were in the two things I sent you, the two little photos there. Um, so let me scroll up here. Yeah, I think the problem is that because I sent them to you in Discord. Yeah.
I'll scroll back up. No worries.
No. I'll just repost it. It's way I'm already at it, so there's no point not to do it. But I think because we did in Discord, so like they went up above the discussion for the game from last time. So it says Mongolians are represented by partisan counters. All rules pertaining to partisans.
Flipped over. One sec.
Next time I'll just put it as text on the board. Much easier.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
So that was the end of the turn. Did you want to pause here until next time, or do you want to keep playing?
No, let's stop here. It's midnight, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let me just save the game and the stream.